Temple of Consciousness, please come in. This is your January 2025 Astro Tarot forecast. It is relevant to you if your sun sign, your moon sign, or your rising sign is Aries. And my name is Eva, and I'm broadcasting from my little cabin in paradise, where I've just recently relocated from Florida to here in Hawaii, and I am going through some incredible transformations myself. So before we begin the reading, I just want those of you who are interested as to how this new adventure of mine will unfold. There's a new chapter that may begin today, as I have an interview at a yoga eco retreat for the possibility that I could collaborate with them, teach there, and provide my audience, which I've garnered over the last 15 years in Florida, in Zoom yoga lessons from the center, from the yoga center. So I'm going to propose that today to them and see what happens. Hopefully I'll get some positive affirmations, and we can proceed. I'll keep you informed as to how it goes. All right, Aries. This is, again, appropriate for you if your sun sign, your rising sign, or your moon sign is Aries. What I do is I blend together the two sister arts of tarot and astrology, and I try to do it so that it isn't too complex and too long-winded. So I only follow the transits of Mars and Venus, and then I try to correlate the upcoming tarot reading with what the astrology has as far as information about what we can anticipate for the future. So Mars is transiting into Leo for just a brief spell at the beginning of the month, and then after that it transits back, retrogrades back into Cancer. And if we look here, here's Aries. Aries, Cancer is 1, Aries being 1, 2, 3, 4 steps away from you, 4 houses away from you. It's in your 4th house. So Aries retrograde in the 4th house. The 4th house is about your home, about your physical home. It's even about your ancestral home. It's about your father. And when it's in retrograde, it could be that you have to renovate, reconstruct, uncover systemic problems, perhaps, with your home. This is repair, home repair. If you're trying to sell your home, or you're trying to buy a home, this may be about some delays or setbacks, or possibly a rethink about the purchase or the sale. Do you want to sell? Do you want to buy? Do you want to buy a particular home? Is probably some of the issues that you might be facing. Now, it also is about your father. So maybe your father himself has some setbacks, and you are then brought into that situation. Or it is that your father is giving you advice, and it's conservative, asking you to kind of hold your horses. Don't be so quick to make choices concerning the home. It could also be that those who are members of your household are perhaps not on the same page about something to do with the home, or they're of a different mindset about the home, or maybe they're not cooperating in the upkeep of the home, or they are in some way adverse to progress being made on the home. Any of these sorts of things might be something that you have to deal with during the month. So all of that, maybe it's also about connecting with your ancestry, going more deeply into what gives you a sense of identity, real personal identity, almost on a generational level. It could be that. And many things that simply on a very more superficial level, it's like rearranging the furniture in your house to make it more aesthetic, doing something to the house to bring it into a much more dynamic maybe you have to redecorate in order to sell it, or all these things. You understand the sort of literal territory that you're going to be mulling over, thinking about, considering, putting a lot of thought and a lot of emotional energy into. That's the idea. Now we go into where Venus is, and Venus is in Pisces the entire month. And if we see where, here's Pisces just before you, that would put it in the 12th house. Venus is the symbol of love, compassion, beauty, and harmony. It's in your house of spirituality and deep psychological energy, subterranean, subliminal forces. So with Venus here, there's a lovely re-examination of your deepest desires, perhaps even deepest pains. Maybe you're going over past relationships, those things that affected you on a almost visceral emotional level. It's about making personal transformations that bring a sense of belonging. And I say that because Mars is in your 4th. And this is about belonging in a very deep way, letting your emotional life open up more, taking more time for yourself, meditating more, thinking about things more deeply, considering relationships more deeply. What matters to you? What really, really moves you? And what kind of relationships do you want in the future? There's a craving for deeper connections, both with yourself and with the other. You want relationships that are true, are real. And you're highly sensitive. You're emotionally sensitive to other people's needs and wants. So be careful to guard yourself so that you don't get too hyper emotional. But the home and those people who are connected with your home are vital concerns this month, and will perhaps even drive you towards a more genuine appreciation of them and of who you are. There's a sort of self-protection here as well, because it's deep and you're kind of guarded, and you want that you want to stop hiding and reveal yourself, and you want to feel safe and accepted by the other, by those, again, who share your home, who share your more private life. That's the idea this month, Aries. You're normally not as driven by spiritual concerns, but this month you will be, and on a very potent and important level. So there's a deep, almost sea change going on in you this month, Aries. So let's move on to your tarot forecast for January 2020. So welcome, Aries, to your tarot forecast. I have my cards right here, giant cards, but I'll shuffle it a little bit as I thank you for your comments, and I'll be out of this little cabin fairly soon. As I said at the beginning, I'm anticipating being able to work at a yoga ecological retreat. Cross my fingers. And then perhaps I'll be able to use their grounds to film from, and that would be a miracle. And I'm looking forward to the interview that I have with them today. I'll report back to see if they are interested in having me come to work there and to coordinate with them. So stay tuned. All right, now Aries, back to you. That was a very interesting combination of the 4th house and the 12th house, Mars and Venus transits. Quite a huge shift, again, internal shift, perhaps having to do with your father or your home or where you live, where you want to live. It could be a move or a delay in a move. All these things they come to mind. So now let's cut and begin your reading. This is a 4-card spread. The first card represents the overall mood or energy of the month. And we have the King of Pentacles. This king, now all kings represent authority, power, leadership. This particular king, the King of Pentacles, is a farmer king. He loves the land. He's very pragmatic, practical. He doesn't mind actually working towards a goal. He doesn't mind physical labor. In fact, he loves it. And it's all about steady application of effort towards a goal. Now we had Mars retrograde in the 4th house, and the 4th house represents your father. This could be your father. So it could be that your father, or again your homeland, the land you feel is your home, could be front and center. Perhaps you're seeking his advice, his help, or he's seeking yours. Or it could be wanting to reunite if you're separated, or to embrace one another on a deeply emotional level. Venus in the 12th. But the King of Pentacles is very much about his estate, his land. And it could be that you are also trying to assume a leadership position concerning your land, your home, or even issues with your father. There you go. Now let's move on to the second position, the position of the challenge. And we have a reversal. We have the 10 of Cups reversed. When it's upright, it's a happy family, with 10 cups strewn across a rainbow, a homecoming. It's reversed. Delay in a homecoming. Problems within the home, trying to find harmony and equilibrium, emotional equilibrium. It's a Cups card having to do with emotions. Trying to find compassion, harmony, and cooperation within the home, the members of your house, your home, your household. It could be a delay in returning home. It could be some problems with your estate. Again, we say that the reversal in the 4th house was about repairs, having to upgrade or make beautiful, or discovering things hidden behind the wall of your home, problems that might be out of sight. All of these things could be at play as far as your challenge is. Challenge is to bring harmony and to bring joy and compassion and celebration into your home. That's your challenge this month. Aries. Let's see now what the unexpected might be for you. Another authority figure, the Emperor. He's even more powerful than the King of Pentacles. He is the pinnacle of power. He could be the government. He represents often the government. Maybe having to deal with the government on some level. Having to do with your home. Or having to do with your father. Having to do perhaps with your household. The government. Those institutions that are created for theoretically for the benefit of society are then become a part of the equation this month. Unexpected dealings with the government or assuming a leadership position. Maybe you didn't expect to become the leader of your household or to assume a leadership position. Or you seek the advice of those who have more knowledge and wisdom than you. And it could be in some form of institution, the law in some way, or procedural help. How do I proceed? And you get help and advice as to how best to handle whatever issues have arisen for you, Aries. And I would say that would be what would be very surprising for you. And let's see how it all sums up. Beautifully sums up Judgment. This all leads to a major shift in consciousness. Again, we've got Venus in the 12th. So you come out of your coffin. You come out of the dark. You realize something, and this is an epiphany. You get an epiphany. You get an insight. You get a flash, a bolt of insight, and you make a move. You make a decision. A major decision, an important decision. And so, in doing so, you feel liberated. This is freedom. Freedom to express yourself. Freedom from the shackles that may have been keeping you down or keeping the situation down. So you're liberated at the end of the month from all of that, from all those issues, again, that I feel have arisen concerning family, home, ancestry, and your own personal transformation, and your needs and your wants, and the needs and the wants of those who share your life. That is what I feel is the outcome for you, Aries. So thank you very much for coming to your reading. Thank you for liking, sharing, and subscribing, and for supporting in whatever way you can. There will be links below. I appreciate your help, and I'll keep you abreast of what goes on with the yoga retreat. Thank you very much. I'll see you next month. Namaste.